those of you who got an invite, welcome to Nerd Prom.
No matter where in the world you are, we're all Nerds International. With the hyphen. Nerds International proudly presents.
We want to take you on a quest for knowledge. One that will take us from ancient medieval fantasy across the far reaches of space to the distant future. To many savage worlds.
So welcome everyone to a Savage Worlds actual play. This is called The Kings of Convenience, and it's set in a convenience store in North Dakota in a town called Middleton. So first of all, we'll go around and do some character introductions, starting with Manuel, because he's been under the weather recently, so we'll let him go first.
Yeah, I'm going to play Daniel Pabuchevsky, and he's going to be the night manager. Daniel is a Harvard Business School attendee and dropout, by which I mean he got kicked out when he got left out hung to dry by his poker group. Because
Nice.
That's basically the only reason they actually invited him in, so they could have a fall guy. But he doesn't know that. He just thinks there's a big conspiracy out to get him.
And Eric, how about you?
I am playing Jerry Marsupial. He's the lazy clerk, handyman, a bit socially inept, so a bit like me, I guess. But when he sets his mind to do something, he's pretty good at it. And yeah, he's a loser, basically. People tend to not like him. He's a reject. And he likes to have a good time.
And last of all, Gary.
I'm going to be playing Pindunder Jeep. Pindunder's family came to Middleton many years ago looking to make their fortunes. Came from the old country. They were doing all right for a time, and then Pindunder was going to school, trying to, make his way. He was going to be the first of his family to sort of graduate college and, become a doctor or a lawyer. But unfortunately, he lost the family fortune gambling, and he's been excommunicated, and he's now forced to work at this convenience store as the manager of the place. He has worked his way up to that status.
So
Not racist.
no, not at all. So then, without further ado, let's get on with it. We start the story, and it is 11 p.m. one night, and you guys are all working in the store that night, doing whatever it is you do, and behind the counter is Jerry, and you're being spoken to by a customer, a regular customer called Sean Richer. Now this guy comes in all the time and just wastes your time constantly, and today is no exception. You guys can all hear this conversation going on, and he's telling you this story that's been going on for about half an hour, and he just says, "Oh my god, you would never ever believe it. There was this guy. He was a real psycho, a real psychopath. I knew him once, right? And he went into McDonald's. You won't believe this. He was a real psychopath, a real sick motherfucker. He went into McDonald's and ordered a Wendy's hamburger. It was disgusting. He was a proper psychopath, belonged in some kind of home. You know what I mean?" And this story has been going on for about half an hour, and he was like, "Can you believe the balls on this guy? Can you believe that, Jerry? Can you believe it?"
Sound angry, Sean.
Angry doesn't even cut it. You don't do that. You don't go into McDonald's and order a Wendy's hamburger. You have to be some kind of sick, real sick to do something like that.
You should have a slushie. You'll feel better.
No, I don't want to buy anything. I ain't got any money.
From one of the near back alleys near the coolers, you hear this voice pop up. "Oh, they're very good. Slushy is made a new banana flavor. You try."
I don't want any though. Thank you, Pindunder, but it costs a lot. It's too expensive. I am not here to buy anything. I just wanted to talk. I'm very lonely, you see.
Come down to the church, to the temple.
That's a very kind offer, but I gotta go, because I gotta go and buy drugs. See ya.
Goodbye, Sean. Come again.
See ya, boys.
Walk softly, like camel on snow.
And you see him leave the store. Obviously, he does this all the time. He'll come in and always waste your time talking about rubbish, stupid stories like this, and it's never any exception, you know. All of your customers are like this. They're just weird. The town itself is just strange, and all of your customers are just big, pointless, useless waste of time. And that's just what it's like in the Kings of Convenience store. And of course, the next customer is no exception. He walks in and this guy is wearing a hood and a bandana over his face, and he's carrying a gigantic old looking 1950s style TV, and he comes in and he's like, "Hey yo, I want to see the manager."
I'll pop out from around the corner. Can I help you, my friend? Please, you must take off your hood and your bandana in the store. We have a no hats, no shirts, no shoes, no service policy, my friend.
Well, I ain't wearing a hat, yo. I ain't taking none of my stuff off, cause, you know, it's my free right as an American citizen or some shit. I just want to see the manager, cause I got a deal of a lifetime.
Okay, calm down, my friend. You do not have to take off your... Well, maybe just take your hood off, so that... Yes, well, okay, what have you got?
I got a TV. No offense or nothing, but surely you can't be the manager.
Oh, I am afraid that I would be the only possibility for that situation around here. Look around you. Do you see anybody else?
At that exact moment, Daniel comes out from the back room and he's carrying his beat-up old iPad, the first generation iPad, which he had since forever, because he can't afford a new one. And he's dressed like he always is. He's dressed in very nice clothing that just doesn't fit together in any sort of way. He has a light green jacket on, a very nice shirt that is a sort of orange reddish color, and a purple blue striped tie to it, and he's wearing black jeans to it because his suit pants are too ripped to wear. And he's like, I think at the moment I would be the acting manager. Thank you, boss. Yeah, what can I do for you?
See, that's more like it. This guy seems more the managerial type. I'm not saying that you people can't be managers. I'm just saying that look, it don't matter. Hey, nice to meet you.
And he looks at your name tag and he goes,
Daniel, I got the deal of a lifetime. One TV, special TV, lovely TV, $600, and it's yours.
Unfortunately, we are not a pawn shop.
You are a pawn shop. I seen porno mags up on that shelf over there.
No. That is adult entertainment, and doesn't matter. Basically, we sell stuff and we don't buy stuff, at least unless you are wanting to sell TVs in bulk. We take orders from 1,000 up for the whole chain, but I would have to run that up by upper management.
Yeah, it's a bulky TV, yeah. I'll sell you this one.
Well, do you have 999 more?
No. Look, buy the damn TV.
In that case, could I interest you in our buy 3, pay 2 bubblegum special we have for tonight?
Go yourself.
Now that is very rude, and I must ask you to leave the store immediately.
You don't know what you got yourself into, buddy.
And you see him walk out the store holding the TV in his arms.
You motherfucking fools.
Oh, Daniel, you handled that like a true champion.
Well, that happens when you go to school at one of the most prestigious schools this country has to offer. Glad to be of assistance. Was there anything I could do for you, boss? I see it's way past your time to usually be here. Did I miss an inventory notification?
Oh, there's just a few things that I needed to stock on the shelves to make sure that everything is in pristine condition. Tomorrow, the big corporate heads are coming to check out the store, and I want to make sure that everything is in its place.
Oh, a surprise visit. Oh, that is great. I can finally show... yes, everything in pristine. Larry, there you are. Over in aisle 6, somebody spilled a slushy. You may want to clean that up. And he just turns back and walks back into his office.
Who's Larry?
His name's Gary.
He just calls you Larry.
Fine, whatever. Whatever, dude. Meanwhile, while that guy was all agitated, Jerry had rolled up a magazine, a porn magazine, and was getting ready to beat him over the head with it. So now he's got to put it all back nice and flat and try to fit it in the stand and in the rack, and goes back, get the mop.
Fair enough. Yeah, you mop up the gunk on the floor, and the rest of the night goes pretty much as you'd expect. A few drunken customers come in, getting more booze when they clearly shouldn't be, and the normal types of people come in, the usual weirdos, the usual drugdeons, and it goes pretty much as expected. Except for at some point you can hear a strange noise coming from the alleyway. Give me a notice roll, actually, all of you.
Sweet, unskilled 3.
Wow, 16.
7 for me.
Brilliant. Okay, so Jerry and Daniel can hear the faint sound of a TV coming from the alleyway. In fact, Daniel can hear exactly what the TV is saying, and you can hear that there is the sound of a murder report. Apparently a little girl with a kitchen knife has gone on a murderous spree recently, killing many residents in the area. It doesn't say which area, it simply says the area. Obviously, being this small town, if there was a murder spree going on, you'd probably know about it. So it can't be this area, but nonetheless, it just says a small girl with a kitchen knife has gone on a murdering spree, and you can hear this, and it's coming from the alley beside the store.
I'm assuming Jerry is out taking a smoke break or something along those lines. I'm going to go out in the back alley with my boxes to the garbage, and that's when I see the TV. And he's going to FAP on his iPad. Maybe try and get some better reception. So the three of us converge in this back alley at the same time as I'm throwing stuff in, and then we see the TV. That's kind of what I'm imagining in my brains.
Yeah, fair enough. And yeah, as you all stand there in the alleyway, it is the very TV that this guy said that you were gonna buy. He appears to have just chucked it in a wheelie bin outside, and you can see it sitting there on the top of all the garbage, and it is somehow on. And this report is being told to you by sort of an animal. It's like a cat sitting at a news desk, and it's shuffling some papers. This is the weirdest news report you've ever seen in your life. It doesn't make a lick of sense. And also, how the hell is the TV even on? Because there's no power supply out there. And I want you all to give me a spirit roll, please.
Oop, 4.
Failed.
Pindunder Jeep's watching this thing on the TV, and he's like, see, this is the problem with your country. As soon as somebody doesn't get what they want, your kids, they go on crazy sprees of killing everybody. Never to be seen again. It's crazy.
Who failed? It was only Daniel, right?
Yeah.
As you give this little speech in the alleyway, Daniel suddenly feels himself overcome with a bizarre feeling, and he feels as if some energy is being sapped from him, and you're going to take 1 level of fatigue. And all of you suddenly feel yourselves swirling through some sort of bizarre vortex, and you are going through this weird black and white swirling tunnel, and around you is all this like equipment like kettles, cookers, pencils, paper clips, all sorts of weird shit just flying all around you, and you can hear this just like howling wind and stuff like this, and then suddenly you're in a gigantic chimney and you're just falling slowly floating downwards, and it's quite gentle. You're just floating down and down and down.
As Pindunder's falling, he's saying a prayer to the Lord. Oh, Allah, I'm coming for my virgins. I can't wait. Oh, please. The seven sisters have mercy on my soul.
Daniel, on the whole way down, he's just flailing and screaming and yelling and trying to clutch for anything to break his fall, including you guys.
And then you fall onto this sort of big pile of rubble and junk, all the kind of junk that you saw floating around you as you were going through the vortex.
What was that?
And in front of you, you can see this picturesque kitchen. And in the kitchen, on some of the walls, are doors of varying sizes and shapes. And on the table in the kitchen, you can see a bunch of bottles. And there's 5 bottles. One of them is empty, but on each of the bottles is a little label that says "Chug this."
Larry, did you spike our water with vodka again?
No, I swear, not. Well, it says chug this. Maybe that's the antidote.
The kitchen looks actually quite pristine. The room itself is bizarre, obviously, with the weird-sized doors on the wall. If you could give me a notice roll once again, each, please.
9.
Snake eyes.
9.
Jerry and Pindunder notice a key on the table, also next to these bottles.
Yeah, Daniel's just busy trying to get clean, trying to get the rubbish off of him.
Oh yeah. You're sort of, you've got a lot of dirt on you at the moment. So what would you like to do?
And we don't see anybody around, right?
No, there's nobody in the room except for you 3 at the moment.
Call 911.
I have the situation under control. Larry, you chug that. I'll take the key.
Yeah, there's 5 bottles on the table. As I said, one of them's already been drunk. So would you like to take a bottle and drink it?
Yeah, I'll smell it first. What does it smell like?
Well, the smell, it smells kind of like a mix between petrol and baby oil.
Sounds delicious. I'd chug it.
So, I would like you to give me a vigor roll, please.
Right on. 5.
Feel like a sort of very, very hot sensation as you chug this potion. But ultimately, you are fine as you shrink down to the size of an action figure.
Hey! Down here! Hey!
And as I see this, I totally freak when I see this, like, ah! And I kick him away from me.
Okay. Yeah, you kick him to the other side of the room, and yeah, Jerry lands by one of these little doors, which he has now realised that it's just the size of a regular door for him. What would you like to do, guys?
That's my new house. Let's go in my new house.
I'm just gonna go up to one of the normal person-sized doors, and I'm just muttering to myself, "Must have fallen asleep at the desk again. Damn it! I really need to stop drinking that herbal tea every night. I should just switch to coffee like everyone else. Whatever." And then I just open the door.
As you go to try the handle of the doors that are, there's 2 that are conceivably big enough for you to get through, they're locked fast. And in fact, as you try the bigger of the 2, you can hear a voice from the other side that goes, "Hey, bugger off!"
Excuse me, I seem to be lost. You wouldn't happen to know the direction back to the Kings of Convenience store?
Whereabouts is it, mate?
Well, it's right on the corner of 5th and Main.
No, can't say I know it.
Come on.
Bugger off.
It's the only store in town. What do you mean you need an address? We got one convenience store.
Is it in the animal village?
What?
Come on, I'm busy. I'm trying to.
Trying to come up with what you're doing.
It's not very imaginative from that other side of the door, I got to say.
Well, just leave me alone, alright? I'm busy.
Did you say you're making jerky?
Just don't worry about it. I'm busy.
Hello?
Alright, go away.
I'm going to try. I have a key, so Pindunder will see if the key fits in the door. Is there a keyhole?
Yes, there certainly is, and you can see that the key is quite obviously far too small for that door.
Oh.
Having a look around though, you can see that the only door that it fits in perfectly is the tiny one that you can see Jerry is standing by.
Oh, please. This must be a side effect of all of the cleaning supplies that I was using. Make a note not to order those again.
Yes, boss. Of course, boss. And Daniel's typing away on his iPad.
Yeah, and yeah, you open the tiny little door, and now Jerry can see sort of a garden in front of him. But obviously he's very small, so the plants in the garden are very big in comparison to him, and they look gigantic to him. However, Daniel and Pindunder are not going to be able to fit through that door.
I will say a quick prayer to the gods. Oh, Jesus, please protect me. And then I'll sip one of the chug potions and see what happens.
Vigor roll, please, Gary.
3, that's a fail.
Okay, yeah, so you are going to take 1 level of fatigue as you feel a horrible burning sensation as you drink this and shrink down to a similar size to Jerry.
I'm screaming the entire time at the top of my lungs, like, ah, ah, ah! Like I'm on fire.
And Daniel, would you like to drink one?
Yeah, well, I look at my tiny boss, and I'm seriously contemplating, like, well, this is just a small step for me, but it would take me up 1 notch on the corporate ladder. He looks to his boss, he looks to his shoe, he looks to his boss, he looks to his shoe, and then I take one of the bottles and I open it and sniff it. Ah, that is ripe. What do they make that stuff out of? Well, here goes nothing.
Down, give me a vigor roll, please.
That would be a 6.
Perfect, yeah. You feel again, similar to Jerry, a heat sensation, but you're absolutely fine as you all shrink down. So you can now see in front of you this tiny open door leading to the tiny garden, which, again, is bigger than you guys, but you can now go through.
You know what they say? Enjoy a Mars hallucination while it lasts. Let's go.
I hope I'm still getting paid here, huh? I'm still on the clock?
Well, since you are not performing duties in the shop, I sadly cannot qualify this as overtime, unless upper management agrees that we are all working overtime at the moment.
That's bullshit!
And with that, I just look at my boss.
Oh, I'm afraid that we are not at the store at work right now, so I don't know what to tell you. I will see what I can do. I will try and pull a few strings for us.
As you leave the door, you can see a river flowing past the house that you were just in, and you can see some butterflies flying past. And I would like you to all give me one more notice roll, please.
Sweet 8.
Oh.
Failure.
Jerry and Pindunder notice that these are not butterflies, but bread and butterflies. These are 2 pieces of bread with butter on them that look like butterflies that fly past you, fluttering, making a horrible squelching sound. And another notice roll from each of you, please.
6?
Yep.
6.
Big 6.
Okay, and once again, Jerry and Pindunder see these beautiful sunflowers, but they notice they are not sunflowers, but are in fact gunflowers. These things are wielding pistols and pointing them at you, and one of them says, "Give me your f***ing wallet."
Jerry, what is happening here? I don't know what is going on. One time it's very nice, another time it's very crazy. I don't know what to do. Do you have a wallet? Give him your wallet. Come on, Jerry, hurry up before he shoots us.
There's 3 of them in total, and one of them appears to be the leader. He's got sort of like tattoos on the leaves which make up his arm, and he's like, "Did I say to talk a bunch of rubbish? No, I didn't. I said give me your wallet, all of you. I need money. Everything here's gone to shit. And you gotta hustle to make your way. So spit it out right now."
Could I just give you the cash money? I really would prefer to keep my identification. Just in case I get pulled over by the police. They were trying to export me out of the country.
Give me a persuasion roll.
With fatigue, it's 2.
Well, where am I supposed to keep the change? I need the wallet too.
Mr. Gunflower?
Yeah.
You want my wallet?
Yes, please.
Right?
No, I need your wallet.
You
Jerry.
need it.
Yes.
Now's not the time to be a hero.
Exactly. And I need magical crack.
Do you like puns?
I love puns.
I left my wallet against the wall.
You make me sick. All right, we're gonna go into initiative now. So,
Jerry, no!
first up is going to be Jerry with the king.
You say we're in like a garden, so there must be some cover. I want to take cover.
Yeah, if you want to dive to like the left or right, there'll be like a rock that you can hide behind. Do that.
I'll do that.
Okay, yeah, you are now behind cover. What would you like to do?
Look for some type of weapon to protect myself or attack with. Maybe some needles, some drug needles.
Give me a notice roll, please.
2.
Buried half in the mud, you can find a 4-foot bong.
Well, I'll use that as a staff and take a defensive stance.
Next up is going to be Pindunderland with the queen.
I just kind of look around for a second. I see him dive into the bushes or underneath the rock. I'm going to take exit stage right, and I too will dive, but the opposite direction behind whatever piece of cover is available. I don't know what to do. I don't have anything.
You dive behind like another rock that's available, and the Gunflower, who is the leader of the party, looks at you guys and he's like, "Man, these guys are pussies."
Yeah, that's going to be my turn. I'll start looking for something next round.
So next up is going to be Daniel with the jack.
I'm just going to try and disbelieve all this. Daniel's just going to plant his foot down and he's going to cross his arms in front of his chest and be like, all right, this nonsense has been going on long enough. I have heard of somebody who had an experience like this, and if you just firmly believe you were going to snap back, it's going to happen, so that's what I'm going to do. Goodbye, plants. And I'm going to close my eyes and think of going back to the store. Really hard.
Give me an untrained belief roll, please.
-3. Cool.
Idiot. You're gonna get killed.
That would be a 2.
Okay.
So,
you can see that all of the gunflowers just point and laugh at you. The sad fact is, of course, is that they are pointing and laughing with guns and are about to take shots at you. First one hits 5 damage.
Which leaves me shaken.
Then the second one is going to go for a hit. Scores a raise, 6 damage.
Which would shake me again and therefore be a wound, so I'm going to spend a Benny to not be shaken and then be instantly shaken again.
And the third one goes for a shot, 5 damage.
Which would also shake me again, so I'm just going to spend the last Benny and stand there shaken.
Okay, so yeah, they all fire at you, and you now know, hearing all these gunshots and the smell of gunpowder, that this kind of seems a little bit more real than perhaps you're telling yourself. And the main guy looks at you and he goes, "You best start believing, boy." The other one goes, "Boss, this guy seems like he's pretty legit, you know. I ain't never seen a guy stand there like that and take all those gunshots." "Shut up, Barry. Just keep shooting." Next round. First up is going to be Pindunderland.
I'm just going to stand up. I'm going to grab a handful of rocks and I'm going to be like, "Please stop shooting at my employees. I need him. If you kill this man, then I'm going to have to work Sunday nights as well, and that is my temple night." And I'll toss a rock in his general direction.
Sure, throwing roll, please, man.
That's going to be a miss, because improvised weapons for small weapons, ranged attack is -1 attack and parry, so that puts me at a 3. The rock just kind of sails off into the side, and then I just climb back behind whatever I was hiding under. Like, I can't work Sunday nights, temple day, oh my goodness.
Jerry with a 10.
Jerry saw this action movie a long time ago. One of his best movies. It's called Kung Fu Shawarma, and he just stands on top of the rock, shatters the bong, and then leaps up in the air, swinging the bong wildly, calling himself, "I am Bong Lord," and then just tries to slash the gunflower.
Brilliant. Yeah, fighting roll, please.
15. 10 damage.
So you take down this guy, you slash him in half, and you can see a lot of sap just spraying all over the place. He's like, "Ah, my God, I was taken down by the thing I love the most. A big old bong. and he plaps to the floor, lifeless, and a load of sunflower seeds just is falling all over the place. And you see the other two just like screaming and running away, and it is like really, really sad to behold. Actually, they're like, "Boss! Oh no, boss!" And they just leg it down the road.
I look at them and I'm like, "Are you sappy now?"
And then they go, "Actually, that was pretty good," as they run away. The main gunflower has dropped a light revolver on the floor. It contains 5 bullets.
Don't take it, Pindunder. The police are gonna shoot you if you grab the gun.
As you say this, you can see that a nearby tree, you can see just a big grin appear on the tree. Now, I know that sounds odd, but it is just a smile, followed by a set of eyes, and then behind it materializes the rest of the body that should be attached to it. And of course, it is a gigantic cat sitting on the tree. Purple and black striped cat. And the thing materializes and he says, "Well, of course, we aren't in America anymore. You would know your ass from your elbow."
It's almost like you know him.
That's something very interesting to say to a man with a gun. And I point the gun at the cat, but since I'm still full of adrenaline, I just can't keep it straight. It's like wobbling all over the place. Can't really keep it straight.
He giggles at you.
Yeah, sideways.
Anyway, welcome, gentlemen, to Wonderland. It's very good to have you here. Listen, I myself enjoy a very good show, so that was extremely funny, trying to watch you fight 3 gunflowers. Those are, of course, the weakest of all the people in Wonderland, and you struggled quite a lot.
Is this one of these viral videos?
Well, I don't follow. What do you mean?
Staying in character. I get it. I get it.
Are we shooting a movie?
I think we are being drafted for some new internet viral stuff. This could be our big break. Don't this up, Larry.
Where's the flash mob?
I'm gonna start straightening out my clothes and I'm looking around like I'm starting to believe these guys.
With a puff of smoke, you see the cat disappear and reappear on Daniel's shoulder, and he goes, "Look, this is not a viral video. This is Wonderland. It's a different place to the one you were in currently before. Now, there's a reason."
Michael Jackson here?
Who's Michael Jackson?
I put my finger up to his lips to silence him, and I go like, "Yes, and that is real tweet. So if you could not get cat hair on it, I would be very much obliged."
He starts kneading your shoulder, and he says, "Shut up."
Ow, shutting up.
Pindunder claps happily. Bubbles! Oh, I hope we can see Bubbles. He's my favorite.
You 3 are very confusing. Look, I was going to give you advice on how to get home. Would you like the advice or not?
Yes, please.
Did you kidnap us? Were we kidnapped?
You were kidnapped in a sense, yes. But it wasn't by me.
Fault?
No, I didn't do it.
Well, I'll have you know that the punishment for kidnapping in the state of North Dakota is a minimum prison sentence of 2 years, can go up to 5 years with a fine of up to $100,000. Just so if we need to sign some sort of NDA or contract for this whole thing, that would rectify that.
And you think a cat kidnapped you? Look, the point is that a man has been bringing people here recently called Robert Litchford. He's a very evil lich. He's a dimensional lich who creates portals and brings people to other realms. And he's been chucking people down here left, right and centre recently. And it's bloody annoying, frankly. You have to track him down. He is the reason that you're here, and he's the method that you can use for getting out here. Track him down. I believe he's in the wood of giant fungi. Anyway, piss off now. You're annoying me. And you see with another puff of smoke, he disappears.
Sorry about my friends. They have not been kidnapped by a giant cat before. This is only my second time.
Man. They always told me this Neverland place was bad. It was bad news.
I check my jacket shoulder, and I see the running threads from where the claws poke in. And I go like, God damn it! I just got this jacket. Jesus, fucking shit.
So you can see that the path in front of you extends on towards some cliffs, and the river that was running alongside the sort of garden also continues in that direction. There is a sign next to this river that points you to the wood of giant fungi, the place which he mentioned before.
Sure, let's meet the fun guy.
Jesus. With big cliffs on either side, the river eventually runs into a lake. On the other side, you can see some playing cards, 2 to be exact, and they're human-sized, and they've got heads, arms, and legs, and they are holding a flamingo in each hand, like a weapon. And on the other side is a boat, and they basically look over, and one of them's like, "Sorry, no crossing the lake today. Sorry. It's off limits. Can't do it. Can't be done. Can't go over the lake."
What's on the card?
That one is a 6 of spades and the other is an 8 of spades.
It's a nice day to go fishing. Is fishing good over here?
If you like piranhas, yes.
Jerry, what is happening? Have you been to this place? Do you know much about this crazy place called Wonderland? Is there things you are not telling me? Please fill me in. I am in need of knowing. I feel that the gods have left me.
Look, the point is, mate, last person that came across here started murdering people left, right and centre. So the Queen's told us not to let anyone across, or you might do more murdering. Do you understand? Because you look quite similar to how she looks.
Queen of what?
The Queen of Hearts, mate.
You have a Queen of Farts over there?
No, the Queen of Hearts.
Oh, Hearts. My bad. I pull out one of my business cards. Listen, as you can see here, if you would be so kind as to get into your boat and come closer, you could say, I am the night manager of the Kings of Convenience Store, which is a very respectable position. So I'm a respectable and honorable person.
I can't read that from here.
Where did you get those cards from? I'm the manager.
Oh, it says night manager. I couldn't have printed one with manager on it because that would actually be fraud. So I had to print night manager on it. It's perfectly legal, boss.
It seems like a discussion you guys should be having in your personal time.
Yes, indeed. Which is why you should get your asses over here and take a look at this card to see I'm a respectable person.
Give me a persuade roll.
Yoo-hoo. That is a success.
You see them have sort of a hushed discussion. And the 8 looks at 6 and then looks back at you. And then he looks at 6 and then he looks back and he goes, "Okay, I'm going to send 6 over because you seem legit. But be warned, try anything funny and I'll do something." And you can see that 6 sails his way over in the boat. And he basically paddles along with this wooden paddle and gets to the other side.
On his way over, I'm going to call out just to try and ease his tensions a little bit. And I'll be like, "Have you heard the joke about why 6 was afraid of 9?
Go on.
Or sorry, no, wait a second. I fucked that up. 9 was, 6 was, never mind. 7, 8, 9, that's the joke.
Oh, that's disgusting. Oh God, that's horrible, mate. As he gets
to work on my sense of humor.
As he gets to the other side, he sees you guys and he's like, "So you were saying, you, Specky?"
Oh, please, those are original Ray-Bans. Those are not cheap. Yeah, as I was saying, we were told there's a problem with a certain person, and I believe that's the person that you let cross, and now he's a problem. I think I'm repeating myself.
There's
Robert Litchford.
To be honest, yes, we are looking for Robert Litchfield.
The person was a girl.
Robert was a girl?
No. The person who got through and started killing people was a girl. Little girl in a blue dress. We were told to look
Just
out for
like in
it.
the news report.
This is what's wrong with America. You can't just name your kids simple names like Jupiter. You got to always name the girl Apple or Banana or some crazy thing like that.
What's America?
The land of the free and of opportunity, my friend.
Yes.
Greatest country in the world.
That's correct.
But the point is, it's just I can't let you through. Otherwise, if the Queen finds out, what's she gonna do? She's gonna knife me up. Look in there. Look what happened to the last guy that disobeyed her. And she points down into the water, and you can just see a card skeleton.
You could
What does a
always
card skeleton look like?
It's just a square.
shredded paper.
Yeah.
You could always come to America. I know a guy that can make papers, get you into the country. Not that I have done that. And I look at Daniel and Jerry really quickly, like, I didn't do that. I just know a guy.
I don't know what that means. What's America?
America is a country where it is illegal for your superiors to stab you if they are unsatisfied with your work.
That sounds brilliant.
And also you get paid fair wages.
What's a
Sometimes
wages?
even you get paid for the work you do.
What's a paid?
Do you have any concept of money?
Yeah, we have money. I just haven't ever seen a money.
So
Oh,
are
I
you doing
think we
all
could
this
use
work
it.
for nothing?
Listen, my friend, have I got an opportunity for you? You can come and stand outside my store for free. I will pay you nothing, and I will make sure that nobody ever stabs you.
Okay,
Now, all we got to do is get across the lake.
give me a persuade roll.
While that's going on, can I make like a stealth roll to just sneak into the boat and claim it?
Sure. Yes.
Can I support him since we are both kind of talking to him about this topic?
Absolutely.
3.
So that's a 4. Gary, you get a +1, so that means you have a 4.
So that makes it a success.
So here's what happens. Pindunderland and Daniel convince Six to come and work for you back in America. And he's like, all right, so I guess I'll just come along with you guys then.
Absolutely. We might have to stuff you into a container or maybe put you on a boat to get you home, but do you know where we can find this Robert Litchfield character?
I said I don't know. And then as you are talking, you could just say, hey, no! And you can see that Jerry has just jumped in the boat and is sort of starting to paddle across the lake. Do you guys want to quickly try to jump in?
Oh man, wait for us! And I just run and jump into the boat.
You guys
as well.
Yeah, you guys jump into the boat and paddle your way across. You can feel little piranhas sort of nipping at the bottom of the boat as you get across to the other side. And when you get to the other side, 8 is like, so, how did the discussion... Wait a minute, you guys aren't supposed to be on this side of the lake? And 6 is like, look, I've heard about something called a wages and America, and I'm going to America, and I'm not working for the Queen anymore because apparently you can get stuff for doing work, and you don't have to be stabbed every time you do something wrong. So, you and the Queen, and deliver that message to her for me. Bye. And you and he starts walking off in the direction of just away. Basically, and he's like, come on guys.
I follow him because he lives here, he knows where to go, so I just follow him.
Perhaps you'll want to come to America too?
I don't know what America is, but perhaps we shouldn't have this discussion because
again
we've only got 40 minutes, so let's leave that.
Okay.
As you continue your walk, you reach a village, the village of animals that was mentioned earlier by the guy on the other side of the door when you're in the kitchen. But as you get here, you can see that this scene is an absolute massacre. There are animals here, bipedal ones in suits and things like this, but every single one of them lays dead on the floor, having been stamped down, beheaded, gutted, all sorts of things, and they've been destroyed in some sort of way, inevitably, like loads of them. It's absolutely foul and disgusting. And 6 looks down at the floor and goes, oh my god, it's bloody disgusting. What the hell happened here? No, I know what happened. It was her, that little girl. Oh god, the carnage. Oh no. We could make quite the pie out of all these rabbits.
Actually, I am getting kind of hungry if that would be a possibility. Are you quite a cook, Six? Maybe we could take a rest. Just for a few moments, though. Make a rabbit stew. I've not had a rabbit stew in some time.
Yeah, and
technically they are not under no protection of the law since they are not considered persons and they don't seem to have a designated owner. So yes, we could just cook up a rabbit.
There are loads and loads of shots start pouring down from one of the windows, and Six starts to go mental, and you can hear a voice after these shots are fired from a window, and this guy sort of pops up from the window. He's wearing a purple hat and he's got 2 pistols in his hands, and he's like, "Good evening, gentlemen. Are you with her? Did you do all the murders?"
Do we look very murdering to you, person who just emptied 2 clips in our general direction and thank God couldn't hit all?
What's your name?
They call me the Hatter, because I make hats, you see. Although a lot of people have said that I'm mad, but I'm definitely not. But nonetheless, nice to meet you boys. Sorry, that's a rather informal greeting I've given you there, but I assumed you would come here to kill people, so I had to try to kill you back, you see. Anyway, hi, how can I help?
Pindunder's already running the opposite direction, so you actually hear 2 voices. You just hear as he runs back from the direction he came.
Okay, bridliant. So yeah, just Daniel and Jerry are left. What are you here to do?
Well, overall, I think we're here to kill a Mr. Litchfield.
Ah, yes, the Skeleton Man. I know where he resides, but if you wish to get back to your home country, you will need to find this Skeleton Man. No need to thank me for the advice.
America!
But he has one weakness, and this weakness is being shot in the head.
I pull out the gun. I think I can manage that.
From the trees way back, you can hear, "Isn't that everybody's weakness?"
It is not everybody's weakness. Have you ever fought a ghost?
Oh, okay. You win this round, mister.
Also, he was last seen at the Wood of Giant Fungis.
Yes, we were told that before. Oh, just for your reference, are you the owner and proprietor of the dead rabbits here?
These are not my dead rabbits. She came through here before. The little girl, she came through and murdered them all like a crazy nutcase. And so, which is why I'm hiding up here, because I was worried that she was going to chop me and hurt me.
I see.
Why do you ask?
No reason. Larry, would you mind catching some firewood, please?
Okay, you guys cook up a lovely meal of all these rabbits, and obviously these are big rabbits because they come up to your height. So it's the biggest feast you've ever had. It's all meat as well. So yeah,
if only we had sunflowers.
You guys now can remove your level of fatigue because you've had a wonderful meal. In addition to this, as you're having your lovely meal, you can see that a guy comes up, a caterpillar, and he's smoking a foul doobie. And he comes up and he's like, "Hey man, I pray tell on the old woodland talk that you guys were looking for a guy called Robert Litchford."
Did anybody understand the word this creature just said?
Listen, it's pretty simple. I heard you guys pray tell that you guys were looking for a guy called Robert Litchford up on the Treeland talk.
Yeah, you are correct. Your assumptions about what you have heard are absolutely spot on.
I seen him up there. I think he's trying to leave. He was talking to Alice. You know that little girl, that little murderous little girl who don't be coming through here killing everybody, taking everybody's stuff?
No, we are not familiar with Alice. And which way did you point? You only have like 100 arms on one side, and I'm not sure which one we are supposed to be looking in the direction that it is pointing to.
He points with his tiny little arms, and all of them point in the same direction. Listen, can you all read a sign? It up that way, mother. So, go that direction, and she up there. She been cavorting with that mother. He gave her some kind of gift. It looked like a gramophone. And apparently he said he gonna leave, and he fed up at his place. Everyone keep dying, everyone keep trying to rob people, and he don't like it here, so he said he gonna try to leave. And I heard from a little cat that you guys was trying to leave too. So if you ain't gonna find him quickly, you gonna be stuck here.
All right, my friends, we must make haste. Let us go. We must depart immediately.
As you go towards the fungal forest, you notice that these mushrooms are absolutely gigantic in comparison to you, and they tower above you. And once you arrive, you can see that there is kind of a clearing, and in the middle of the clearing, there is you can see Robert Litchford there in all of his glory, wearing the same outfit that he was wearing in the store. And he stands in front of you, and his bandana is pulled down this time to reveal that he, in fact, does have a skull for a face. He's like,
Hey, yo, I was just in the middle of something, actually, so, I gotta go.
he tries to run away. What would you like to do?
Look at Jerry, and I look at Daniel, and I'm like, it's him. It's the guy that was trying to sell us the TV.
It's not, I'm somebody else.
I'll try to shoot him in the head.
Quickly, Daniel, do something. I cannot hurt him.
You're gonna try and shoot him in the head, yeah? Okay, Daniel.
I'm gonna stand there like Clint Eastwood in Dirty Harry and aim and then shoot his head.
Give me a shooting roll.
Yeah, so with aiming, that is still a -4. Nope. It's a -1.
Whoa!
And you see him leg it further into the forest. Are you guys gonna follow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you chase him further down into the woods, you can see that there is the clearing opens up, and you can see a little girl with blonde hair. This is the girl Alice that the caterpillar mentioned, and she is winding up a gramophone that is playing this very strange sounding song, something talking about the world on fire or something like this, and she is spinning up, and she's oh, I have to say, Mr. Skellington, this is such a wonderful song. And he's like,
shut up, bitch! Just start twisting it faster.
And she speeds it up, and he just dives into the gramophone. You see him get sucked into it, and he's like,
see you later.
I'm just gonna jump after him.
yeah, sure, give me an agility roll, please.
No!
Daniel clambers into the gramophone, knocking it over, the record spilling onto the floor. And at this moment, the girl stands up and she's like, what on earth did you do? You Right! You're going to get such a hiding! And she pulls out a gigantic kitchen knife, which is soaked with dried blood, and she turns to attack you. We're going to go into initiative order. First up is going to be Alice with the ace. Quite obviously, she is going to attack Daniel, first of all.
Yeah.
And she swings with her knife, getting a 7 for attack roll. Okay, 8 damage.
That leaves me shaken.
Get this crazy girl off me! Get her off me! Get her off! Get her off! Get her off!
Yeah, and next up is going to be Jerry with the jack.
I'm actually going to try to taunt her by telling her that she will be grounded by her parents, and yeah, doing like a little dance. You in trouble? Your parents gonna ground you?
Alright, give me a roll.
5.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work on her. She simply says, I don't give a about my parents. Next up is going to be Pindunderjeep.
Perhaps I can help you fix your record, young lady. There is no need for violence, please. Dissuade yourself from the knife. Just set it down, take a quick breath, and I will help you fix your record. I'll even wind it up for you.
Yep, persuade roll.
5 it is.
Well, I suppose you do seem quite nice. You remind me of one of the servants we had back at home. Okay, set her up then.
Alright, so I've got my hands up in the air, slowly walk over, grab the record player, I write it, put the record on, and I slowly start winding it the whole time, like not making eye contact the entire time. And as the song winds up, I'm like, there, look, the soothing tones of a song about the world burning. It does everybody good.
She rocks her head back and forth, and she starts enjoying the song a little bit more. Next up is going to be Daniel.
It's actually working?
Yes, the record is now playing.
Okay, then I'm gonna go and hold. See what happens.
So Alice then turns to Pindunder and says, I just want to say a big thank you for doing that for me. It's very kind. I'd like to, if I may, give you a small hug.
Oh, hugs are my specialty.
She goes in for a hug and is going to try to stab you in the back.
And I'll try. I really want to, interrupt her there.
Okay, yeah, okay, let's do it. Opposed agility roll then.
5.
She got a 4. So yeah, you interrupt her, managing to get in the way as you see her pull out this blade and hold it up, about to stab Pindunder in the back, and you just smash your arm in between her arm and his back. Bastard!
So, I still have a gun. I'm going to shoot her. I'm like, no, boss! 12. Suck it, Alice! That's 28 points of damage.
Okay.
Child murderer.
With a brutal shot, you see Daniel quickly get in the way of her stab, stopping her arm from stabbing Pindunderjeep, and then bringing the gun up under her chin, he blasts her brain, sending it flying all over the record player. But nonetheless, Alice is now destroyed completely, making Daniel a child murderer. Before today, he was just a smart guy working a dumb job, and now he is a child murderer. So, the battle is over. What would you like to do?
Technically, that was in self-defense, which is there are many precedents set for that in court, so I think I'm going to be fine. Could somebody hand me a napkin? I think I have brain in my hand, and it's a really disgusting feeling.
Pindunderjeep backs away. He's like, why does this have to happen every time I try and hug a small child?
So now you stand in this clearing in the fungal forest with this record player playing this record endlessly. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go look in the funnel thing of the record player. Have a peek in the speaker part.
As Pindunderjeep walks up and puts his face into the funnel, you hear that record for a second gets slightly muted, and then you see his entire body just get sucked in like a f***ing Ghostbusters Hoover thing.
Oh my god!
Hey, wait for me, boss! And I'm gonna crawl over and just lift myself up to stick my head in.
And yeah, Daniel does the same thing. So the only two left now are Jerry and Six.
I fold him first.
He goes, "Oi, what are you doing, mate?" So then you chuck him in, yeah?
Yep, and then I jump.
Okay, yeah, so you chuck Six in there, and he gets sucked in, and then Jerry jumps in after him. You guys once again feel yourself being sucked through a vortex, except this time the items that swirl around you are very, very much different. You can see sort of like an iguana on a stick, a bunch of bottle caps, some batteries, a bunch of dirt, like loads of weird stuff. And then all of a sudden you find yourself in like a bus from kind of like one from your time. I mean, it's different, but it's definitely recognizable as being a bus, but it's like a really, really burnt out husk. It's like obviously been destroyed. This place looks like a bomb has hit it, and next to you can see a settlement that's been built out of kind of like sheet metal and old bits of wood and stuff like this, and a robot thing approaches you. It's on one wheel, and it just comes round, wheels round, and just says, "Hello and welcome to Middleton. How can I help you today?"
I just want to start a great big flame down in your heart. You see, way down inside of me, darling, I have only one desire, and that one desire is you, and I know nobody else ain't gonna do.
Well, I'm the kind of guy who likes to make actual plays. No, I'm not going to sing. But the fact of the matter is that if you liked this actual play, why not consider contributing to the podcast on Patreon? Because it was with your donations that this came to life. And second of all, if you liked this actual play, I've made more of them. I do them on my other podcast, The Tabletop Twats, which is not just Savage Worlds, and we've just started up a new actual play called The Foreign Beggars, which is taking place in DCC RPG. Yes, I know, I'm a heretic. I play other RPGs as well, and I should be shot in the head. But nonetheless, check it out. Search for the Tabletop Twats in iTunes and on SoundCloud or wherever you get your podcasts, and have a listen to the Foreign Beggars actual play, because it's very similar to this one, but it's in a fantasy universe, and you will like it very much if you like this one. Anyway, thank you for listening, and grapple the skies.